Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking around for this long. Really appreciate it. My name is Anna Michelle Lavandier. Everyone in the program calls me Annie. Feel free to do the same. We're all friends here. And this year, I focused on a topic that is a personal passion of mine, which happens to be video games and nerd culture as a whole. And so I have been a journalist since 2012. However, I have been a gamer since I was 9 years old. So I decided, why not take the challenge and combine my two passions in a brand new program, and this was born. So I decided to focus on diversity that exists currently within the video game community. So the common problem that I've noticed in myself and that I have asked others in my community is that there is a large misconception about who gamers are and what they do. A lot of times when you look at gaming news, it is revolved around reviews of games and walkthroughs and guides trying to sell products, but it's not really asking the community what it is that they want from these companies and what it is that they want to, in terms of participation in the future of this community. And gamers are not getting that news about what's happening in their local communities or even on larger scales. There's a lot of misconceptions being thrown around, and so I wanted to see how I could possibly have some sort of impact on that. And my solution that I had come up with, thanks to all of the wonderful people in this program, is to focus on the community instead of the industry. So the Nerd Castle was born. And the Nerd Castle is focusing on how the community is being impacted through industry news and also the conversations that are happening on more local levels. And a couple of these stories had gotten attention elsewhere. I had the pleasure of working with Mundo Tech, which is an award-winning bilingual English and Spanish nerd news organization, and they published one of my early stories, Donde Están Latino Characters in Video Games. Soon after that, I was invited to write for the Orlando Sentinel in the New Voices section on their online website, and I published a first-person perspective about my journey and my struggles coming into the video game community and my experience throughout it, which is unlocking my hidden character. And so I had gone through a lot of back and forth with many people in the program and many, many interviews with friends and friends of friends and other community members. And here is my progress thus far. I officially launched the Nerd Castle on Medium in June. By July, I had launched the social media platforms that I chose to engage my community in, which was Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where a majority of my community is based. In October, I decided to launch a little bit of an experiment, and I launched the Tumblr page of the Nerd Castle, which has now started to gain a little bit of traction, actually, which I'm really excited about. And this has been the feedback that I've gotten so far. These 4 people are examples of people who live in different parts of the country, who have various experience in their own involvement within the gaming community. And some of them work professionally, others are doing this on the side, just as something that they personally enjoy. But they all agreed on the same thing, that projects like the Nerd Castle, media organizations that are reaching out to community members and having their voices elevated is a project that is absolutely necessary, and it's not being seen anywhere else. And so I had found this quote recently, which I believe was part of a convention a few years back, and that is, games have so much freedom, you can go anywhere you want to. And I feel that that is a similar resonance with journalism as well. And so why not put the two together? Why not work with the community to build something that they can feel proud of themselves with and can really start to spark that conversation about who a gamer is and how they feel that they are representing and participating in their own communities. And so I'm proud to say that after some interviews with a couple of people who have followed the Nerd Castle, several of the now 100 Facebook followers, the now 45 Instagram follows, 253 Twitter followers, and a small handful on Tumblr, I decided to continue the Nerd Castle post-graduation, and I had been constantly asked, well, what about anime? What about other areas of nerd culture? And I've had a couple of people that were interested in even writing with me and working with me on this project. And so I decided that in the future, I would like to expand to nerd culture as a whole with a focus on community news. So this is the end for my presentation, but it's certainly not the end for the Nerd Castle, so I guess I'm going to have to press start again. And if you're interested, here is my contact information as well as information about where you can find the Nerd Castle. Thank you so much.